you guys are ready. It is playoff time.
After all the hours, the weeks, the months, it all comes down to this. The journey to the grand finals is almost complete.
I'm going all the way. I'm going, yeah, my blood is rebel. I'm going all the way. I'm going to another level.
No way! That was domination. They've done it again! Unbelievable! And the rock stars of the Overwatch League continue to crank out power chords. Ooh, get rocked!
There's only 1 week left, so if you want to stake your claim, cement that legacy, there's no time like the now.
I'm going all the way. I'm going, yeah, my blood is rebel.
We know it won't be easy to hold that trophy, to wear that crown, but if you want it, come and get it.
Welcome back, playoff Overwatch fans. We are live in Los Angeles for week 3 of the 2019 Overwatch League playoffs, where today, one team will punch their ticket to our grand finals in Philadelphia on September 29th. The New York Excelsior are the #2 seed in our tournament, and though they entered the playoffs with some doubts, they've rolled through their first 2 matches to set up a date with our #1 seed today. The Vancouver Titans have been in first place virtually all season. They're 2-0 against New York, and a third win today will secure them a spot in our championship match, which is just 2 weeks away. Hello, everybody. This is the Watchpoint pre-show presented by State Farm. I'm Chris Puckett. I'm wearing a suit because it's a big day, and so are my friends. We've got Sully, we've got Bren, we've got Sideshow in arguably the most important match we've had in all of 2019.
Yeah, the Vancouver Titans taking on the NYXL. It's a debate, a battle for who could be the greatest team of all time. Our most dominant team of 2018 and our most dominant team of 2019.
This was
so good.
the match that was promised for so long between 2 dominant teams. I couldn't sleep last night. My hands are a little bit sweaty now, but it's a good kind of sweaty. And I don't know. This match, I'm mad hyped for it. It's going to be unreal.
So you were at the doctor's yesterday. You had to be here today. You feeling better?
No, but this match is so worth it to be here. Couldn't care less.
We respect the grind, absolutely. And we've got a winner's bracket kind of show for everybody today. We'll sit down with the Vancouver Titans to find out how they plan to take out the NYXL again, and why TZ is actually the better fit than Bumper at main tank during the postseason. Plus, it's Friday the 13th, and we're feeling spooky. So we'll take a look back at some of the eeriest and scariest moments from this season. And I hope you all like horror, because some of this stuff is absolutely terrifying. It all leads up to the match between the NYXL and the Titans, the big winners bracket finals. The winner moves on to our grand finals, while the loser will face the winner of tomorrow's Shock and Spark match on Sunday in our losers bracket finals. New York and Vancouver are 2 of the most storied teams in the Overwatch League's young history. The NYXL's domination in our inaugural season was unmatched, but the Titans' 2019 supremacy, including the 2 wins over New York, means anything but a grand finals appearance would be a disappointment to the squad at this point. The Titans lost just 3 matches during the entire regular season. Vancouver won the Stage 1 title before falling at both the Stage 2 and Stage 3 finals, but the Titans mowed down the Seoul Dynasty and the LA Gladiators last week and look as strong as ever behind the new tank TZ. Bumper played the most matches for this team during the regular season, so is it actually possible that the Titans are stronger without him, Zoe?
That's a great question. I mean, you could potentially argue that very point. One thing's for sure, TZ is a fantastic Orisa, and he's adding his own kind of style to the Titans. We all know Bumper, right? He's aggressive, he's a Jad. He just rolls up in there and, you know, wreaks havoc and makes it a little bit more chaotic sometimes than it needs to be. Whereas Tizzy is playing a little bit more passive, a little bit more team-oriented. And I think that works really, really well in the current meta with the current hero compositions they're playing. Now, if we're looking at their Orisa stats, the teamfight win rate being increased by so much, it's actually insane. That is huge. That's phenomenal. Also, if we're looking at the supercharger efficiency, we can tell that he's playing very team-oriented. The offensive assists also indicate that he's really, really setting his team up for success. So overall, when we're just looking at the Orisa, Tizzy definitely has the upper hand there.
So strong.
Yeah, Bumper might be somebody that you can replace in the Vancouver Titans, but Haxal has not been replaced since the core of this team was founded in 2016. The guy is a phenom. He's absolutely unbelievable on a range of roles, and the postseason has been no different. In the playoffs, his Doomfist has come out to play, a hero that you wouldn't normally associate with Haxal. We've seen his Brigida, we've seen his Genji, we've seen him on the Mei, but his Doomfist has been stellar. The best one that we currently have in the world, I think, particularly for this meta, because his mechanics are up there with the very best, but his timing, his flanks, when he chooses to initiate and how he syncs up with the rest of his team is so good. This guy's already won Rookie of the Year, and he's looking poised to win playoff MVP as well. If the Vancouver Titans go all the way, it'll be on the back of Haxal.
Well, the Titans, they've got the individual skill. They've got the mechanics there in place. But the one thing that really separates this team from the rest of them is their adaptability on the fly and how well they understand the game. Not many teams have this. It takes many years of learning the game inside and out to be able to make changes on the fly to your opponent's game plan. This is exactly what they did against the Gladiators in this match. You can see Gladiators were playing an aggressive play style, really enabling Surefour. The Titans have played passive. They kind of absorbed the aggression from Gladiators, played around it, and forced the pace of the game to their own. This is something that not many teams are capable of, but the Titans, it really separates them when you're looking at a lot of the top teams, and I think it's going to give them a big advantage today against New York.
It's going to be such a great showdown. The best way to catch all the action today, including this match and all the playoff action to come, is with the Twitch All Access Pass. If you guys don't already have it, check again, because our friends at Coca-Cola are mass gifting it this weekend. So tune in for your chance to receive the free All Access Pass right now through September 15th on twitch.tv. We broke down the Titans, but now it's time to talk about their opponents, the New York Excelsior. Can New York take back the title of best team in the league and finally punch a ticket to the grand finals? I'll tell you next on the Watchpoint Preshow. The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, now connecting 99% of Overwatch League fans. Catch your league on America's network, T-Mobile. Despite being considered the best or one of the best teams since the league began, the NYXL's playoff shortcomings have cast doubt on the team that won our Atlantic Division to claim the #2 seed in this tournament. But this postseason, New York has marched past London and Atlanta to have a shot at their first Grand Finals appearance. So why are things going so differently this time around for New York in these playoffs, Zoe?
You know, Puckett, I'm really happy to say that we're finally seeing some aggressive play coming out of New York. There were hints here and there over the course of this season, but overall, we always talked about their passive kind of play style. And granted, in a lot of different metas that worked phenomenally for them, but recently it's been a bit of an issue that they just didn't go into aggressive. Now, finally, in this meta, they found this right balance between playing their passive playstyle, but also being aggressive whenever they have to. And all of that is really showing when you're looking at the numbers right there. The fact that their overall amount of team fights has increased, the length of those team fights has decreased, and the damage they are taking has also increased. These are all small little tidbits which will show you that they are in fact playing a lot more aggressive.
Yeah, it's an incredible glow up for the NYXL as a team. And consistently, you can look at this roster over the course of the franchise's history and as a team beforehand. But Mano and Meko are the two individuals that have just been playing the same game consistently up to a very elite level. Just seemingly forever. Doesn't matter what meta they were on. Ryan Zarya, Winston Diva, now the Orisa Sigma. They're playing it to such a high level now, really leading their team in many metrics. Look at this, second in offensive assists. I tell you, they're setting up the Hulk kills effectively with one another. You can see the Hulk being used effectively here, pulls them back, accretion rock straight into them. These are the kind of combos you're going to be seeing on a daily basis now if NYXL make it further, that is. This could be, well, we will be seeing them again even if they lose.
That's true.
But the point I'm making is this is what really makes NYXL so formidable right now, is how much they've got together when it comes to their tank line.
Even though the individuals were consistent, though, it bears remembering that we had no expectations for them this year. Our predictions were that they would bomb out of the playoffs 0-2, and now we find them in the winner's bracket. And one of the biggest reasons for that, I think, is Sabiorbi's leadership. This guy is so clutch, and he's come back into the team as this player who can just drag scenarios New York's way whenever needed. This is a brand new look for New York. It's only really when Sabiorbi was playing Tracer last year that we've seen anything like this. But his positioning on the Bastion has been great as well. It's in some sense a rebirth of the New York Excelsior. And Sabiorbi is the person that's putting the new back into New York and really has found this brand new style for them that's working so well this year.
New York looks great lately, but this isn't the first time we've been hype about this team in a big playoff match. But hopefully our past hype isn't any indicator, because it hasn't always panned out so well for the NYXL.
NYXL are the greatest team that we have ever seen in the Overwatch League.
Everyone has predicted them as the champions. 5 back-to-back playoffs for this squad. Every analyst across the globe is predicting this team to win the entire stage.
Огонь по готовности!
Whoa, the grab! Nene! What was that? He eats it off to the side! No way! Nene chokes at the final hour! And Dynasty say thank you very much! We're going to the semis!
Sorry. And they are untouchable right now. They might get back-to-back undefeated stages. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that it would be Atlanta Reign to topple the Titans that are NYXL?
Atlanta beat New York back in week 3.
New York does not want to come in here and get embarrassed again. Embarrassed again. Embarrassed again.
Atlanta Reign shut down NYXL again!
New York look lost.
To the matchup everybody's been waiting for since the start of this season. We get NYXL versus the Titans.
The New York XL, a valiant fight, but they will not be going the distance.
The number 8 seeded Shanghai Dragons are making their second straight playoff appearance, while the number 1 NYXL are making a record 7.
Congrats to the Shanghai Dragons, statement victory.
The Shanghai Dragons taking it to New York today. You gotta feel for New York a little bit there. I mean, New York, again, another stage playoffs, another quarterfinals exit.
For a team that has such a ridiculous regular season record from last year combined with this year, it's kind of amazing to see how many times these upsets kept occurring.
Yeah, it's been wild. But this is why this match is so important for them and this playoff run, because they can redefine this entire year. If they make it to the grand finals, and even if they came second, nobody's going to remember all of those times where they disappointed. They're just going to talk about the phenomenal
Well, we
run.
do have a video of it now, so maybe people will remember.
New York's pretty close to Philly. I bet a lot of their fans will be ready to head over there. The Vancouver Titans will try to keep the playoff disappointments coming, though, for New York today. We sat down with TZ and Twilight to find out how life actually might be better for them without Bumper. That's next on the Watchpoint Pre-Show, presented by State Farm. The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
Going down, it's going to be a bit of watch Fox picks up a lot of people with it. That's a ton of damage. Roar down already, though. As he gets one, the stone thrown in. And they're trying to keep him alive. They're keeping the Bastion alive. And Benzie going wild, tearing through the entire Gladiators team.
Gets rid of the supercharger, and he's going to teleport in. Oh, this guy is absolutely mad. He chases down Violet, and the damage from behind. The beam, baby! Violet gets taken down by Erster, coming in with a meteor strike. But the Symmetra, the big difference making here. Never thought I'd say that.
For the punch, we'll get moved back. Meteor strike's ready to go, and everyone's just gonna bottle up on the stairwell. Drops down and Fence finds a triple kill. Oh boy, knocks him out of the park.
I mean, Huxell's the only player that can see that immortality.
Oh no!
That's what happened.
I'm not trying to go back to spawn. Okay, now how do you get rid of this? Oh dear, nice little concussive blast on the high ground. Monster got rid of Kenny, he knocked him off. Into the drink. Even with that immortality field there. Oh no, he's done it again! What a monster!
When Vancouver released the starting lineup for their first playoff match last week, it did not include Bumper for the first time all season. While most of us were surprised they were benching their stalwart main tank, the Titans' move to field TZ was intentional for perhaps the best. That's for the best.
Tezzy sends him over the edge, and the Vancouver Titans, another step towards glory. They will set themselves up. They'll be in that winners final.
지금 전체적인 팀에 대한 좀 뭐가 좀 변한 게 있는지.
일단 변한 건 메인 탱커가 바뀌었고요. 원래 범퍼가 맨날 나오다가 TJ이 나오게 됐고.
지금 뭐 메타 같은 경우는 탱커들은 그냥 자리 먹어주고 아무래도 저는 팀원들한테 맞추면서 딜러들 최대한 기량을 펼칠 수 있게 저는 그냥 팀한테 최대한 맞춰주려고 하고 팀원들이 원하는 거 뭐 다 하려고 하기 때문에
일단 범퍼는 너무 공격적이었잖아요. 그래서 좀 저희가 너무 막 플레이 스타일이 공격적이고 약간 수비적인 면이 없었는데 저는 TJ는 뭔가 좀 더 그래도 안전적으로 그러니까 팀원 말을 잘 따라서 좀 조율할 수 있는 그게 좀 많이 달라서 좀 이번 메타에 좀 잘 맞지 않나 싶어요.
개인적으로는 저도 지금 부담감이 엄청 큰 상황이기 때문에 떨쳐내기 위해서 엄청 노력하고 있는 것 같아요.
무조건 우승해서 이 많은 사람 앞에서 트로피를 들고 싶은 게 제일 먼저일 것 같고 제가 데이트 긴장 안 하는데 또 막상 그렇게 몇만 명 앞에서 게임한 적이 없다 보니까
솔직히 그 러너웨이 시절부터 우승을 단 한 번도 못 해봐서 약간 우승을 하겠다는 트로피를 들겠다는 마음가짐이 커서
다음 상대에게 카메라 보면서 한 번씩.
먼저? 평화를 주의하겠다. 듀오 아틀란타 승자가 올라오겠지만 둘 다 저는 쉽다고 생각해서 다행이라고 생각합니다.
오는 팀은 긴장을 해야 될 거고 저희가 이겨드리겠습니다.
Twilight may be a pacifist in real life, but he's a bloodthirsty Moira in these playoffs, ranking first or second in those major offensive categories on the most played support hero we've seen in the postseason. It's kind of interesting to hear these guys allude to TZ being more willing to take advice and help his teammates. So do you guys think Bumper's personality actually became a little bit too big for the Titans coming down the line?
I would be surprised if that was the case because Bumper's been with the team for quite a while. He's been on a bunch of different roles for them as well. And if his personality was going to become an issue, I think he just plays it up for the camera, right? If it was going to be an issue within the team, it would have already surfaced at this point. I think it's a very meta-dependent thing.
Yeah, I mean, the guy has been known to just not being able to pick up a lot of main tanks. I mean, Janu plays the Wrecking Ball for this team. Bumper was unable to pick it up on that individual hero. So, I mean, it's kind of normal. It was kind of expected when a new tank hero is going to be coming into the fray.
Well, we know the Titans are definitely blessed with a stacked roster. But fellas, it is Friday the 13th, and we're feeling the spookiness here on Watchpoint. So we're going to take a look back at some of the scariest and most eerie moments of the season. I want to start this one first. We gave a lot of looks this year, but none creepier than from this man. Apex.
It's very intense. His staring is just so intense. That's, oh my.
What is he summoning?
I'm scared, Pocket. Hold
Oh
me.
my god. Well, if you thought that's an intense look, take a look at this one. This one made me personally very uncomfortable. I'm sure I'm not the only one.
I find Gritty to be frightening.
It is the most terrifying.
I am
matchup I've ever
terrified,
seen.
yeah.
It's, the eyes don't go in any singular direction. they have a mind of their own. Oh my word.
They asked us, who do we want to share a room with in Philly? I said, definitely that man right there.
Each their own. That's okay.
Well, you thought that was bad. Okay, let me go over this. You thought Stranger Things was the new hot thing of the summer. Let me tell you about some other disappearances that have been occurring, because we've had a few of them. And oh boy. Oh, I don't feel so good either. They're gone. They're gone. Dako's gone. Fisher. He's gone. Oh, he actually retired. That's right. Yeah. Aim God. Where's he gone? We don't know.
Please reach us.
haven't-
555-555-555.
Any information on the location of those players, please hit us up. Yeah.
Please let us know. Now, I was most scared this season by something that I saw on the desk. This desk is normally like home to me, but we had a player come on here that made me afraid to ever return. The big, bald head of gods.
Oh my God.
He exudes an evil energy, especially with the cat.
Chaotic, some would say.
Very, very chaotic.
Yet charming. Look at that smile.
Yeah, but that's what makes him so
No, Pocket.
horrific.
Scary.
He's too charismatic. You know he's going to lure you into an alleyway and just try and teach you how to play Overwatch.
All right, if you weren't
Yes,
scared,
that's what people do in
if you weren't
alleyways.
scared by that though, how about this? Because I think Monty was trialing a Halloween costume a little early this season.
Oh.
He came out in something that I can only describe as a very spooky look.
Is it scary that I think it looks better with a choker than its below ties?
You're going to enjoy
I
that.
don't know. There's something about this makeup though. I kind of
You dig
You're
it?
vibing with it?
I was kind of vibing
Maybe that
with
could
it,
be your
yeah.
outfit for Halloween.
I don't think so.
You fit in around Venice area.
I like it in other people.
All right, well, you guys thought that was bad. There was a moment that occurred earlier this year that was really just downright atrocious. And the nipples came out. Oh, my goodness. This was horrific. Nobody wanted to see this. Nobody wanted to see this. But it happened anyway. Oh, because they're possessed. Just at the mere sight of them. Horrifying. Horrifying.
You know, I've seen that look from Costa and many other players on stage though before.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. Hold each other or something. You know, like
Okay.
be strong, everyone. This is just very relatable, I think, for all of us. Let's take a look.
Oh no.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Yeah. I hear the moaning in the crowd.
This, oh no, it's too soon,
First the
Zoe.
dragons, then the shock.
It's too soon.
Moth looks like he's seen a ghost. Saw the ghost of his playoff dreams disappearing from the upper
They're
bracket.
still in.
Yeah, they're still doing all right.
It was still rough though. It was still rough.
It was still back.
Yeah.
Why are we doing it? It's Friday the 13th. Yeah, there you go. All right. New York and Vancouver hope none of their stars abandon them today. The teams will take the stage here at the Blizzard Arena in less than 10 minutes with a trip to the grand finals on the line tonight. We've got our predictions next on the Watchpoint Preshow. Support your team with the official Overwatch League Coca-Cola bottles at CokeStore.com. Ships to all 50 U.S. states, Washington, D.C., and U.S. P.O. boxes. It's time for back caps. Let's start this one off with the Spark. They took out Atlanta last night to guarantee at least a top 4 finish. So the question is this season already a success for Hangzhou?
Oh, absolutely. I would say that as one of our best expansion teams, a team that came in with a bunch of undiscovered talent that really put them together for a top 4 finish in the league, and the fact that they had to battle against Gushui, their main tank, not speaking Korean, that's a phenomenal season for them, even if they go no further.
All right, so many of us predicted the Shock to win our grand finals, but now they're in the losers bracket. Is San Francisco still your favorite to win it all?
Yeah, I think mine and a lot of people would still agree and put them on the very top here. Yes, coming into the playoffs, it looked a little bit shaky. People didn't expect them to actually drop down against the Atlanta Reign, but also it was a C9. It could have gone either way. It was just a little slip up. Overall, they're still one of the strongest teams. And in their last match, they clearly showed that they have a really good grasp on the current meta.
Keep your eyes on the Shock. Here's who our lovely analysts think is going to move on to our grand finals tonight. So inside show are taking Vancouver, but Brent is split on this one. And Brent, you know that's not allowed here on my desk, so settle it against yourself in a 30-second face-off.
Well, okay. Firstly, I mean, I don't understand, Brent, how you can't think the NYXL are going to do this. I mean, they've been working. I'm going to interrupt you there, Brent, to talk about the Vancouver Titans. Listen, I'm wearing the same colors as the Vancouver Titans. I think they're going to be winning. The adaptability is just on their. How dare you interrupt me, Brent? I cannot believe you have the gall, the audacity to do that. You really think NYXL, they're on a new resurgence? This isn't the same team that went into stage 4 and doing this. The Titans, they've only got the one look. Did you really just say that the Titans only have a singular look? Are you being real with me right now? The Titans have one look. They're the best at adapting all over the place.
That's honestly the only face-off you have won all season. Everyone give it up for Brent and get ready for an epic showdown. It is the winner's bracket final, a spot in the grand finals on the line. Thanks for watching Watchpoint. Enjoy game 1.